The Zacks Rank, value, momentum, growth, and income all factor into Zacks Rank buys.
There are a couple of aggressive growth stocks seeing strength, and our aggressive growth strategist, Brian Bolan's here to tell us more about them. One of them might be an unlikely candidate, Carter's, the company that makes baby clothes.
Right, you know, the brand, the Osh Kosh B'gosh,
Yeah.
that's them, you know, so they do baby apparel.
Right.
We see it as the Zacks Rank #1. It also has a growth style score of B and a value score of C, so right in the middle there of kind of where you want. You'd probably want to see those style scores just a little bit better. The company is coming off 5 consecutive beats of the Zacks Consensus Estimate, something we always like to see. And their most recent beat is kind of the big one. It was a positive earnings surprise of 31%, and the company reports again pretty soon, coming up here July 23.
So that reflects some consumer strength.
Right. So there's been recent good consumer strength. Obviously, we saw that in the most recent earnings report, where results came in well ahead of expectations. Looking for the same, if not more, of that as the company has held the prestigious Zacks Rank #1 strong buy ranking.
Okay, so this is one that you're sold on.
Yeah, I kind of like this idea. You know, I did see some data. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was the idea is that birth rates have been increasing over the last several months. You know, obviously
In this country?
In this country.
Okay, I'll take your word for that because I haven't seen that.
You know, I see so much data throughout the day.
It all blurs.
Right, it blurs into the back of my noodle somehow, and that's how this name kind of came to me. You know, it does trade at a reasonable 23 times multiple there for, you know, a retailer. Some weak retail sales of late, but I want to see these earnings coming up for this stock. This could be the catalyst to make it something even more attractive down the road.
All right, and then the other company is a company called Five9.
Right, Five9, and you know how I like to kind of put these companies together in these videos. You know, if you have a company like Carter's there, you're also going to want to have a call center at some point at Carter's, whether it's a catalog or customer service or support. Five9 does the software for these call centers.
Oh, okay.
It is, you know, one of these technology-based stocks, so it's a Zacks Rank #1. It has the growth score of a B and a style value score of an F. I like when that kind of happens there because you can't have a growth and value score that kind of goes together. If they're all A's, something's askew to me. I like to say that, you know, there's a big gap between growth and value. They both look at different sort of things, so I want to see a big difference in their style scores.
It's interesting. It's hard for people to get their head around that concept because on the surface it seems diametrically opposed.
Right. You would say you want to have all A's in your report card,
Yeah.
and that would probably be something that you did. Me, on the other hand, I always like to sprinkle in a few F's.
No, I had because I told my parents that F's and D's meant fine and dandy.
Fine and dandy. I told them it was doing fine.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Mostly because it's D's and F's.
Yeah.
And then with the A sprinkled in there for growth, it's always doing fine. So 4 straight beats of the Zacks Consensus Estimate, and of the last 3 reports, you've also beat on the top line as well, and that's something aggressive growth investors really want to see, beats on the top as well as beats on bottom. The valuation is kind of mixed here. We have a high PE, but it doesn't have a PE because of negative earnings. We do have a high price to book, but a low price to sales. So good projected sales growth going forward. And if we take a look at the chart here, we see it's bouncing around that $5 to $6 range right here. Earnings are coming up again, I think August, early August. So we have a little bit of time on this one. But I like this idea on call center software.
Okay, you might even say the beats go on.
The beat continues.
Do you own either of these two?
No, but I can dance to it.
Okay, good. Well, we won't ask you to do that, at least not here. In the meantime, while we're refraining from showing you how he dances, if you go to our website, Zacks.com, you can always get more stock commentary, stock picks suggestions, and stock picking strategy suggestions for your consideration. And don't forget, you can also follow us on Twitter, and if you're watching these videos over on YouTube, out in or in syndication land, on YouTube anyway, you can always comment on them and subscribe to them, so you might want to check into that. With Brian, I'm Terry Ruffolo.